Hi everyone, it's Tammy coming from Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, and today it's going to talk about more of a sensitive subject, so you see kind of toned down a little bit. But the topic I want to talk about today is your presence is necessary, and basically the bigger topic is about suicide. I'm going to tell you my story, and hopefully, it can help someone else out there. Like I said, as you know, my whole mission for doing Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless is to help you with your self-worth and your self-respect and self-esteem and just motivate and empower you. And I know that nowadays that we're going through a lot in this world, and it's hard and it's tough to go through. I'm not even exempt. I have my own problems, own issues a lot of times too. So, but I just wanted to actually come and talk about this topic. I actually had a video before, and I talked about it and everything, but I deleted the video. I just didn't go through with it. And this past Sunday, I went to church, and when I went to church, unexpectedly I was prophesied over, and what was told to me was that you have something to do. And God needs you to do it. And like I said, there was other videos that I was going to do that I never actually got a chance to do. And I've done them, but I've deleted them afterwards. And, there was a lot of thoughts in my mind not to actually do them. So without further ado, I'm going to do the video. So let me see, around maybe 2011, I got to a state of just being depressed. And in my depression, I just didn't want to live anymore. I felt like my presence wasn't necessary. There was a lot of negative thoughts and images that was just coming into my head. And those images just made me feel like there was no purpose of my life. There was no purpose of me living anymore. So quite naturally, I began to cry, and I had this thing, I can't swallow pills. So that wasn't what I was going to do. I had, my little table of knives. I have a whole bunch of knives in my house. And I just went over to the knives, and I just felt as though there was no reason for me being here anymore. So I was, planning on ending my life right then and there. And, like I said, I went over to the knives and I just began to cry. But I heard this voice telling me that don't do it, please don't do it. And, I just began to cry, and I realized that I needed to, go back to church. Around that time, my relationship with God just wasn't existent. And, I know that people say that, suicide is a selfish act. I was going to make, how I felt at that moment a permanent act. At that time, and just to give anyone some insight into it, when I was going through that, I wasn't thinking about my mom, wasn't thinking about, my grandmother or nothing like that. I wasn't thinking about anyone in my family or anybody would even care, because when you're in that moment, you feel as though no one needs me. I'm not, I wasn't needed. There was no purpose to my life. I was about to graduate college, and it's like, I don't have a purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. And, there is nothing for me to do with my life. So there's no reason for me to be here. And like I said, if I didn't hear that voice, who knows what would have happened to me. But what I want to tell you from that your presence is necessary. If I can overcome it, you can too. And just, if you're going through that, pray. Pray. Your presence is necessary. Your family is going to need you. There's a lot of things that the devil or our mind just plays tricks on us. Oh, you're not needed. No one cares about you or anything. But that's a lie. And we don't see that when we're going through the situation. When I was going through that, that's the last thing I thought about. The last thing I thought about was what somebody else was going to think, or if anybody else loved me or anything. I wasn't thinking that. What I was thinking is, I just want to get out of this pain. I want to get out of this misery. But I'm telling you, don't do it. You know, you are necessary, you're needed, you know, your life has purpose. Go from this moment, from watching this video, and go and find your purpose. Find what makes you happy. You know, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who love you and positive thinking. And, you know, go and call somebody, reach out to someone, but, you know, don't end your life. And, you know, I've been around people, I've seen the effects of suicide and how it affects families, and it is so devastating. You know, you know, it's losing a life, and it's so many things that I wish that if that person would have known how special they were beforehand, you know, maybe they wouldn't have done it. So if there's someone special in your life, make sure you let them know that, you know, I love you, and your presence, like I said, your presence is necessary. And, you know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in our own lives, we don't get a chance to tell the other person, oh, how important you are to me and how necessary you are to me. But please allow those people to know that, because you never know what someone else is going through in their own house, in their own home, and what the devil is telling them. So, it's a lot. But I just hope that my story was able to encourage you or anything. And like I said, you know, if anyone else doesn't tell you, I'm telling you that I love you, and, you know, you're a very special person. And don't believe what anyone has said to you, the enemy has said to you, or negative people. And always remember that you are worthy, worth it, and priceless, and your presence is very necessary. So until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.